Today, students across the state returned to class from winter break. The state issued a new health advisory for school districts as well. Christine Pitawanich talks to Oregon's top education officials about what it all means.
The Oregon Department of Education and Health Authority issued this school health advisory. It's billed as the most critical and urgent issued to date as we face the beginning stages of another COVID surge due to the Omicron variant. The bulletin doubled down on safety protocols and measures, asking districts to encourage vaccines, boosters, face coverings, and physical distancing. We contacted Colt, Gill, director of the Department of Education, to talk about the memo.
And in places where you don't have layered mitigation protocols tightly in place, we will see the spread of Omicron in those places, and that will cause schools to close to in-person instruction. And we want to avoid that if we can at all.
But one part in bold encourages districts to go further by pausing extracurricular activities and letting families know about the heightened risk of activities without masks and distancing.
For students who are participating in competitive sports, for example, it's a local decision about whether you wear face coverings.
Gill says districts choosing to continue with extracurricular activities need to ensure the same safety measures as the regular academic school day are followed to avoid worst-case scenarios.
If we have enough staff members and frankly even enough students who get breakthrough cases and have Omicron, then you will see some school closures.
Gill says, of course, the goal is to keep students learning in person, but he also says ultimately that is up to individual school districts, and that's because they're the ones largely making decisions on how to operate safely.
A lot of people are wondering about testing. Did Colt Gill have anything to say about the availability of tests for students?
Yeah, I know so many of us had difficulty, and we heard from people who had a lot of difficulty getting those tests, right, for the holidays. But Gill tells me that schools have a different access point working through the federal government, and he believes that if there is another surge, that schools will be prepared with enough tests. He tells me they've got a few 100,000 ready to deploy to schools and a couple 100,000 on site at schools ready to go if needed.
All right. Hopefully they will not be needed, but we'll be watching. Thanks, Christine Pitawanich. We appreciate it.